Hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Ashley, and I am so glad that you are here with me always, but especially today because this episode is a must listen. Whether you're in a relationship or not, because what we're talking about can either set you up for potentially massive success or completely pull you out of alignment without you even realizing it until it's too late. Not that I know from experience. We're going to dive into the power of a supportive partner and why this is so important to your business growth, how to recognize when it's not there, even in subtle, sneaky, covert ways, and how the right partner sees your success as a benefit to both of you and not a threat. And if you're not currently in a relationship, this episode is even more important because choosing the wrong person can derail years of work, growth, and self-trust. Ask me how I know. So whether you're figuring this out now or you're future-proofing your success, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. I'm Ashley, and this is the Maverick Mompreneur podcast, where you're free and encouraged to own your desire to create and scale an impactful, discoverable online brand and business, a business that's aligned with your mission, lifestyle desires, personality, and zone of genius, without wasting your time on the hustle and grind hamster wheel that is social media. Can I get an amen? Sis, you are a maverick, an original, willing to stand out in your authenticity, defy expectations, and do life and business outside the box. In our world, if it's not aligned with who we are, it's a hard pass or a brave pivot. So if you're here for the powerful identity shift and transformation from boss babe or boss mom to aligned CEO, building a one-of-a-kind, influential, hustle-free online business that will produce long-term impact and multiple streams of income while building yourself in the process, well, pop in those AirPods, grab that cup of coffee or glass of wine, and let's get growing. I'm sure you've heard the saying before that you become like the 5 people that you're around most often. And I definitely think that that's true. But you know who holds the trump card? Who's the big boss daddy or mama of that group of 5? Your partner, your significant other, your boyfriend, your spouse, your wife. They hold the most influence on your life, point blank, period. And I'm going to get into some research on that to prove my point. But this is why it is so important to understand the dynamics of how this can totally derail things or be the biggest asset to your business. And so let's talk about one of the biggest, most sneaky ways that us entrepreneurs can get pulled out of their power. And it's not because they lack strategy or skills or effort. It's because they are literally constantly swimming against the current salmon style at home. Because you know, and I know, your business needs you to be able to show up powerfully. And when the person closest to you is literally draining that power from you, you're working basically with weights tied to your ankles, bringing you down literally and physically in some cases. Some signs of a really unsupportive partner are obvious. So calling your business a hobby or referring to it as your little business, making snide remarks about how much time or money you put into it, not celebrating your wins, kind of ignoring the entire business. But what I really want to talk about are some subtle signs that are even more dangerous because they're harder to call out directly. And with certain people, if you do call them out, then they'll gaslight you into thinking that you're making a mountain out of a molehill when you're really not, and it's them being unsupportive. So things like them starting fights or creating drama right before a launch, an important call, or a big opportunity that they know you have so that you're emotionally thrown off and can't show up your best. Or them making you feel guilty for putting time into your business and wanting to put time into your business, yet they have all the time in the world for their own interests and goals. They withhold support, affection, or validation unless you're prioritizing them over your goals. And let's get real, some men don't actually want an independent woman. A lot of men actually don't want an independent woman. They might say they want that. They might like the idea of a strong, strong, successful, powerful partner until they realize that they can't control someone like that. So instead of cheering you on, they start subtly undermining your confidence, your decisions, your momentum, all of the good parts of you. They start to undermine because if you fully step into your power, guess what they lose? Their sense of control. The right partner, they see your independence, your growth, your success, your passion as a plus, as an attractive factor, as a benefit to both of you. The wrong partner sees it as a threat. If you can sense the passion in my voice, it's because I've lived both sides of this. It's in retrospect that I see everything so much more clearly. So no, this doesn't just come from my lived experience and the lived experience of lots of entrepreneurial women that I know. Let's back this up with some hard facts because this isn't just about feelings, right? Or it shouldn't be just about feelings. Have you ever heard of the Michelangelo effect? In a nutshell, studies show that partners who actively support and encourage each other's growth lead to higher achievement. In other words, when your partner sees the best version of you and really believes in it, it becomes so much easier for you to step into that reality. A Harvard Business Review study found that over 75% of successful business owners credited their significant other as their number one support system. How cool is that? The Journal of Business Venturing found that entrepreneurs with supportive partners experienced significantly less stress, had higher resilience, and scaled faster compared to those with unsupportive or even just neutral partners. So let's get real. Support isn't just nice to have. It's a key factor in whether or not you actually succeed and to what extent you succeed. And I think that's really cool. And again, if you don't have a partner, this is something to look for in someone. How is it that they react to you building your brand and business? Are they supportive? Are they excited? Do they encourage you? And they don't have to understand exactly what you do because let's be honest, most people who aren't in the game have no idea what the game is. And that's not the important part. The important part is them wanting to see you happy and successful because they know that that is going to be something that you bring to the table. You being happy, successful, making more money between the two of you. If you're sharing any finances, you get my point. And like I said, I know this firsthand because I've been on both sides of this. I know what it's like to be in a relationship where I wasn't fully supported and the support that I received was false support. And in fact, my partner hated my business. It really sucks to be in a relationship where your dreams feel like a huge burden to someone and like something that is actually, frankly, not allowed to happen without consequence. But more importantly, I know what it's like now to be with someone who believes in me so deeply that I literally believe in myself even more. Perfect example of this, and I could give you so many about my partner who I've now been with for, gosh, it's been almost 2.5 years. That is so crazy. He has really, truly in all ways shown me what real love is like, but the contrast between having someone who abhorred my business and someone who is so encouraging is just mind-blowing. For example, this last year, I have been really working hard. I mean, I'm pretty balanced, but I will have no problem with sitting down and working on a funnel for 12 hours because I know the return on investment of time for those 12 hours is huge and it buys back my time. And I've really been trying to scale my passive income. And so I realized, you know what? I really want to hire an ads manager to take that off of my plate. Looking and crunching the numbers on a daily basis, I got to the point where, okay, I really need that, but I'm also paying for this and that, and I've got thousands in expenses, and this is just another one. And it was out of my budget for that month, but my partner fronted me the money, like just sent it to me via Zelle, not just because he was helping me out, but because he knew and believed and told me, I know you'll make it back. He knew it was what I needed to scale. He sees me and how hard I'm working and trusts me enough to invest in my growth, not just with his words, but with his money, which is absolutely insane. I've never experienced someone that I've been in a relationship with investing in my business, even when I wasn't fully confident yet myself. That is the kind of partner that you deserve as an entrepreneur, period. Because when someone truly supports you, they're going to see past the short-term sacrifices and trust your long-term vision. They don't just say, I believe in you. They show it. They're like, I got you. I wonder if there's someone listening to this now and realizing, I really don't have that kind of supportive support. So let's talk about what you can do about it. And I'm not a therapist, obviously, but these are just some things that I've tried, not necessarily successfully. But if you have a partner who is not being supportive, but maybe they don't realize they're not being supportive, I really truly think that these are things that would work because they work in all areas of life. Things like setting boundaries. So if your partner is constantly pulling you away from your work, you just have to make it clear. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm working on this project and I really need the time and space to do that. And I need you to respect that. It doesn't have to do with how much I care for you, but I'm really focused in on this. So kind, clear boundaries. Boundaries are always great unless the person that you're dealing with is toxic. And then in that case, they hate your boundaries. They hate your business. They hate your boundaries. They just want to control all the things. The other thing that is so essential, I think, whether or not you're having issues with this, is just to communicate clearly your full vision of why you're doing what you're doing so that they can understand that this business you're building isn't just a hobby or something nice to have, but it's a non-negotiable for you. What are those things that you desire, especially that involve them or involve your children or your family, that you can communicate so that they understand why this is so important? What is your vision? And really make that clear for them. And again, the right partner is going to accept that, think it's amazing and beautiful, and want to help you to achieve your goals, just like you want them to achieve theirs. And then lastly, surround yourself with the right people. If your partner doesn't get it, and I get it when your partner doesn't get it, you need to find a community that does. Because you may not be able to leave. You may be in a situation where you're not able to get out. You're not able to leave. So if you don't have a strong support system at home or in your partner, you need to create one elsewhere. And that's one of the main reasons why I built the Maverick Society, which is my membership, a community of driven, ambitious women from all different niches who just get it when it comes to the journey that we're on as entrepreneurs building businesses online. Because when you don't have someone cheering for you at home, you need a space where people believe in you even before you fully believe in yourself. You absolutely deserve that. You absolutely deserve to have that level of support in your life. The Maverick Society is a place where you can ask questions, get support, stay accountable, and be surrounded with people who see your success as inevitable. So if you are someone who's serious about building something real and lasting, but you feel like you're doing it alone and you're in isolation, this is literally where you need to be, because success happens so much faster and it's so much more fun when you're surrounded by people who see the best in you and won't let you settle for less. These are the people who are going to be around you and by your side when you're launching your first product, or you're hosting a masterclass, or you're learning a new skill that feels super intimidating, but you're excited about it and everyone's cheering you on. If that's what you need, the Maverick Society is waiting for you. There's always a link in the show notes for you to check out more information, or you can head to elevatedwithashley.com/membership. I hope to see you inside and start building your business with the support that you truly deserve. I hope this episode hit home for you in some way, and if it did, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, please send it to them. Let's create more spaces where women are fully supported in their business, their growth, and getting and staying in their power. All right, Mavericks, until next time, cheers to your impact. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a ton of value. And if you did, I would really appreciate if you would rate, subscribe, and review this podcast. It really helps push out the message that I have to share with other female entrepreneurs. Thank you so much.